Aquarius. So happy to have you with me today. It is time for a spring equinox reading. Here we are at the end of March, and spring is upon us, or vernal equinox, depending on whether or not you're in the northern or southern hemisphere. Anyway, I'm going to pull one card for each month of the spring season, just as kind of guidance, advice for the energies going forward. And yeah, it's not necessarily like this is a like what's going to happen and it's set in stone. It's just food for thought, what to consider to live to your highest potential. That's what we're looking at. Okay, so I'm going to spread out the cards here and I'm going to introduce myself. I'm Michele B. And if you love my vibe in these readings, make sure and subscribe, because I post readings 2 or 3 times a week. Weekly readings, monthly readings, love on purpose, prosperity, and love. And then also I do lunar cycle readings, and here I am doing a seasonal reading. So much positive, mind altering energy. So I said I was going to take one card for each month, but here I have 2 cards that wanted to come out, so I really wanted to speak about both of them. But let me get a good look. This is about addressing the advice that you're getting for the month of April, Aquarius, is address where you're carrying burdens that you thought were yours, but it's like you took it on because you care about somebody else. You took on burdens because you care about somebody else. You're like, I'll take care of this, but they're just getting to be too much. You're realizing how much they're holding up the rest of your life, and you're addressing that. You're like, okay, how do I transition this burden? How do I release this burden to where it's supposed to go? This work that needs to be done needs to go where it needs to go, right? I can't do it this way anymore. Most of all, I feel like most of you are realizing you never had to do the things that you're doing in the first place. It was just work for the sake of work. It was busy work, and it was keeping you stuck. It was keeping you from being able to think clearly. So April's all about addressing that and getting rid of it. Let's look at May for Aquarius. So more wands. We had the 3 of wands, we had the 10 of wands. Now we have the 4 of wands. It kind of wanted to come up in reverse, so let's consider that. When a card comes up in reverse for me, I'm seeing an emotional block to allowing the positive aspects of the card to flow in. So 4 of wands is stereotypically about making some kind of commitment to something that you're excited about, something that lights you up, right? And it's a celebration of a commitment. It's like, yeah, I'm really doing this. I'm creating a foundation for this thing that is enjoyable to me, that it makes me feel really good to think about it. Even if it's alone, right? You don't necessarily have to be in a community that's celebrating it. It's just on your own. You're like, I'm doing this, and you're just making that commitment. Okay, so you were doing something else. You release that because it's not serving you anymore, and you're transitioning into something that you've been meaning to do for a while, but you were waiting, and then you're like, what am I waiting for anymore? I'm just going to do it. But part of it's like you had to Marie Kondo some stuff. some activities that you were engaged in that were distracting you. So you got rid of those, so you're able to just do it. But you're lit about it. It makes you really happy, okay? The biggest thing for pivoting from this place of being burdened is to allow yourself to release it and be like, who cares about the things that don't matter? Like, it was you that thought that it mattered. It was your egoic attachment to those things as being meaningful. Nobody else actually cared. Okay, there's the Emperor. So I'm getting the 4, right? The Emperor in the major arcana is number 4. It's the 4 corners of a very stable foundation. It's a really stable masculine energy that's like, we're going to do it this way, we're going to do it that way. It's the big picture stability. That's what you're addressing when you're making this commitment. You're committing to something that's very stable, long term, okay? A long-term use of your masculine energy. Even if you identify as female, everyone has masculine and feminine energies and how they go about doing something. But you're like, the way that I'm going to use my forward momentum energy is going to be consistent. This is the amount of time that I'm allotting for it. This is how hard I will work. And I'm going to consistently be there for it on a regular basis. It's not in and out because it means so much to me. The thing that you're putting all of your energy into, it means so much to me. So remember that as you're setting the stage for this energy in June, the stability, I guess the mastery of the stability. Okay. As you're setting the stage, Marie Kondo, does this give me joy? Does this bring me pleasure to every activity that you do? Okay? Does this thing make me happy? It does not belong in your life. You're going to feel so much more control. Excuse me. You're going to feel so much more control over the way that you spend your time, the way that you live your life, if everything you do is for pleasure. Or if it's not giving you immediate pleasure, you realize that it's giving you long-term pleasure and stability, okay? So you're weighing that out and you're like, okay, I'm quite a bit better. I'm feeling a lot better about the way my life is going as you are getting close to the summer, mid-year. Love you, Aquarius. I'm feeling really good about this reading. I will see you later on. Bye-bye.